Hey guys, it's Friday, and you know what that means. It's writing time. Now, I want you to know that I am so impressed with how many stories I've gotten, and I am going to have blank books going out to you starting on Saturday. That's the day they come in from Amazon. But I do want to let you know that even if you finished your rough draft, the next few lessons might help you make your story better. Because I know you've listened to the authors that come to Mitchell, and one of the things they talk about is revising and how long it takes them to fix their stories. So today, our mini lesson is going to be about something I'm sure you have seen before. And I know you're probably saying, Dr. Skeen, why are you showing us the plot mountain? Well, as readers, we know about the plot mountain. It's important. But as writers, it's just as important. So I want to talk a little bit about this as in the mind of a writer. So as a writer, you have to understand the plot. You have to understand that there are going to be characters and problems and solutions. So as a writer, in your exposition here, in your beginning part of your story, you're going to spend some time talking about your setting and your characters. It's one of the things that you're really going to get going. And then you're going to go up in your rising action. And that's when you're going to start having your characters deal with the problem. They're going to deal with the problem. The problem's going to get worse. Maybe they try some things. And then you get to the climax, or what I like to call the OMG moment. The OMG moment, or the climax, is the event that makes the story be able to be solved. Okay, so if there's a problem, the climax is going to be the event that turns the story around and lets it be solved. It's also that moment that keeps you hanging. So you notice that part where your teacher reads to and then they shut the book and you go, not yet. That's what I'm talking about. That moment you should be able to pick out as a writer. As a writer, you're going to use that to make your story get to the point where it can be solved. And then you go down following action into your resolution to where you're taking your characters to a happy place, right? So as a writer, I want you to think about this. Think about in your story, what are the beginning parts of your story? As a writer, are you describing your characters? Do you describe your setting? Are you kind of building up? And then do you go to the rising action? Are you building up tension, telling about the problem, making the problem hard for your characters to deal with? Maybe they don't like being at home. It's a big problem. It's getting worse. They're fighting with their parents. And then all of a sudden they realize that it could be worse. Or maybe someone in their family gets sick. Or they realize that what they're doing is going to save them and their family. And that's what makes the problem start getting solved. So as a writer, you really need to think of these things. Okay, something else I want to tell you today. When we're doing writer's workshop in our classrooms, you know the drill. The teacher gives you a lesson, just kind of like I'm doing right now, and then you go off and write. And during that writing time, the teacher's going to conference with you, maybe give you some pointers where you are. Maybe they're going to pull a few kids together and give them some lessons. So what I've thought of is I'm making a page, and it's going to be linked right under this video for you to go to. And if you think, oh, maybe I need to focus some more on plot, there's a plot lesson there. Or maybe I need to focus on dialogue. There's going to be a dialogue lesson there. Now, they're not all there yet. I've asked your teachers to give us some information, to give us some lessons so that we have lessons from them too, because I'm sure you'd love to see their faces. So different teachers are going to do lessons, and I'm going to link them. So check today and then check the next few days as you're working through your story. I'm going to do another lesson next week. And then as I'm doing that, there also is going to be a link to a TikTok that Miss Murray did. And in this TikTok, she is going to give you some drawing lessons. I also found some other drawing lessons from some other authors, because some of you said, I'm not really the best illustrator. So if you want to do some of that, that's going to be there as well. But you can type things as well. If you haven't sent me your address and told me you want your book, actually, you can just tell me you want your book. I can get your address. Do so when you're ready. If you're not ready, that's fine. If you are, I will start sending them out as soon as I get them on Saturday. If you need anything, let me know, or your teacher know. We're here for you, and have a great weekend.